What up, my lovely females? This is your boy Costa, your host for the evening. Behind me is Thomas Cub's house. Today is Thomas Cub's birthday, and this is Project X.
Today, we're going to be discussing the iconic and classic film, Project X. I feel like this film doesn't get enough praise. Back in February, Seth Rogen was promoting his film, The Fabelmans. The actor stated that his co-star, Gabrielle LaBelle, who was 19 at the time, enjoyed the classic 2000 comedy Superbad. Seth then jokingly said no one has made a good high school movie since Superbad. And personally, that wasn't a joke, he was definitely throwing shots. His statement is arguable. You have movies like Bottoms, Booksmart, and even Easy A. But none of these movies are like Superbad. The film is too quotable. It's 2023 and people still rocking McLovin tees. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, Superbad is hilarious, but a film that I feel like goes toe to toe with the 2000s comedy is Project X. The film is slept on till this day. Project X is truly a masterpiece, it's pure genius, and we will go deeper into why. The year is 2012. Barack Obama was re-elected president. Fangirl said goodbye to Twilight and hello to the Hunger Games. MIA says F democracy. Frank Ocean comes out. Beastie Boy legend MCA passes away. Kendrick Lamar comes out with Good Kid, Mad City. Memes go mainstream. We all thought the world was going to end, and Project X premiered on March 2nd. People say 2016 was the greatest year ever. No, 2012 was. This is shocking to say, but 2012 was for sure the year when social media and the internet became more mainstream. Project X showcased this culture with this film, down to their use of cell phones and their Tumblr aesthetic. Let's talk about the screenwriters. Project X was written by Michael Bacall. Fun fact about Michael. He has co-written 21 and 22 Jump Street, including Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. He also starred in several Tarantino films such as The Django, Death Proof, and Inglourious Basterds. Also, he was a child actor too. During the film's release, Michael faced mad criticism over Project X. Before we get into the backlash he faced, Michael stated when he was writing 21 Jump Street, he wanted to go back to those 90s comedies. Films like American Pie, Not Another Teen Movie, and Half Baked. You get the idea, so most likely Project X is influenced by these films. But back to Michael's criticism. Critics say the movie was misogynistic, immoral, and teens didn't act or party like this. But be for real, what movie or shows ever depict teens accurately? We always complain how inaccurate Euphoria is. And this is a party movie. I'm so confused on why critics were saying the film was immoral. What did you expect when buying a ticket? Michael set the record straight. He stated on The Hollywood Reporter, I find it kind of silly to stand on the rooftop and shout about how amoral a party movie is. When in our kind of American pop culture, we got so much incredible violence happening. People don't want to admit that Project X is a guilty pleasure film. I was reading comments on Reddit, and one comment said how uncomfortable they were watching Project X with his girlfriend, but he couldn't help but laugh at Costa jokes. The movie was made 11 years ago, and the culture has extremely shifted. And misogyny was accepted during those days. It doesn't mean that it was right, but the culture was definitely different. Granted, the pool scene with the girls who are playing teens, it's a bit inappropriate.
Oh, read the sign, honey. Sorry, I don't make the rules.
I agree with what Michael said on how basically critics get on their high horse and judge this movie when pop culture glorifies garbage themselves. And I'm not going to be a hypocrite, I'm a part of the problem in glorifying that said garbage, but people pick and choose to what to like and not like. But moving on. If you ever wonder why Project X looks like a music video, excuse how I say this person's name, it's directed by Nima Norazita. He's known for directing music videos for rappers like Dizzy Rascal, singer Lily Allen, and Santai Go. He also directed a few Adidas commercials. Nima's directing aesthetic is similar to music videos we've seen in the early 2010s. Project X is an hour and 23-minute music video. Nima's directing definitely made viewers feel like they were at the party. I think the vlogging aspect was for sure the cherry on top. Having the character Dax record the whole party felt like the typical day in a life vlog by your favorite YouTuber. Like I mentioned before, as a viewer, watching this film feels like you're at a party with Costa, Thomas, and JB. However, the film doesn't do a good job depicting that the three characters are losers. If the writers would have showed a little bit more of their high school life, then I would have empathized more with Thomas' character. But as the movie progressed, Thomas is more, peered pressured by Costa to have the party rather than him trying to become popular. Thomas doesn't come off as lame to me, but I can't help but feel that Costa tries too hard to be Jonah Hill, but I still enjoy his performance.
I'm drowning myself. I don't care if she's 300 pounds. I have to girl with big titties.
Another random point and a funny Easter egg is that actor Simon Rex, yes, this Simon Rex who did the cringy but legendary interview with Tupac.
Oh, you like it?
Good.
Thanks, man. I like your stuff too, man. You and Snoop are the homies, aren't you?
Yeah, we homies.
All right.
That's all that
Hey.
is. All righty then.
He did a quick cameo in the movie and just gave this iconic rap performance. This scene was actually deleted and not a part of the theatrical release, but if you watch Project X extended cut, the scene is on there.
Your folks are on vacation. I just raided the fridge and shit in the kitchen. Drew Pesci, go back to New York. You look like a smorgasbord of dorks. Yeah, and I bet you got a...
And honestly, this scene is unnecessary, so I understand why they cut it. Now let's talk about the soundtrack. The soundtrack for this movie was amazing. Pusha T and Tyler, the Creator, Trouble on My Mind is featured on there, and Kid Cudi Pursuit of Happiness remix is also included. These two songs are for sure the most memorable songs on Project X. The singles are a good reflection of teen cultures in the 2010s. And remember how I mentioned before how this movie is low-key everyone's guilty pleasure? Despite the critics' hate, following the movie's release, several teens attempted to recreate the insane party, but police quickly ended that chaos. Teens were promoting their Project X parties on social media, which helped police shut them down. And sadly, one young man died as a result of these parties being thrown. I don't know how true this is, but I always saw a 16-year-old named Corey Worthington was the inspiration behind this movie since he threw a massive party in Australia back in 2008. But there's no articles that confirm this theory, it's always been a rumor. If you want to learn more about Corey, YouTuber Wavy We Be Served did a great video essay about his party. Let's conclude this review. Project X is very influential. Heck, rapper Ken Carson even named one of his albums after the movie. And people are still throwing Project X themed parties, like, it's insane. If you never watched this magical movie, do yourself a favor and go watch it with a friend.